If you already miss MobLand, the perfect replacement show exists and isn't a crime drama. MobLand is over, but what if I told you the next perfect show has been hiding in plain sight for almost a decade, and it's not even a crime drama? Wait, stop scrolling. You're about to discover something most people completely overlooked. It's not about gang wars, it's not about blood-soaked betrayals, and yet, it might just be more intense than anything MobLand ever did, because while the Harrigans and the Stevensons left chaos in their wake, there's another war you never saw coming, a war waged with money, with influence, with secrets no bullet could ever touch. The show, it came out in 2016, it ended in 2023, and it's already being called a quiet masterpiece by those in the know. The name? We'll get to that. But first, MobLand didn't just entertain us, it consumed us, a world where every conversation felt like a negotiation with death, where alliances changed with the wind, where power wasn't just taken, it was engineered, but now it's over, and the silence is deafening. You're craving something to fill the void, not just action, not just drama. You want that same high-stakes tension, but with a twist. Because here's the truth they don't want you to hear. There's a show that does everything MobLand did, and more, without shedding a single drop of blood. And if you're still watching MobLand reruns, you're already behind. Before we go deeper, before we unlock this secret series and reveal the hidden war no one talks about, take 1 second, hit that subscribe button right now, because what comes next, YouTube might not show you again. Alright, MobLand was never just about crime, it was about control, it was about who pulls the strings, it was about who blinks first, and while the bodies piled up on screen, the real thrill was in watching people maneuver behind the scenes. Every smirk, every silence, every conversation with double meanings, that's what made MobLand addictive. It wasn't just violence, it was power politics, drenched in tension, but now that it's gone, the replacements don't deliver. Too soft, too slow, too predictable. Most shows give you cheap drama, flashy deaths, unrealistic stakes. But MobLand fans, we don't want filler. We want a chess match. We want two unstoppable forces grinding against each other in a war no one else can even see. And here's the twist. You can get that. Not in another mob story, not in another shootout-heavy drama, but in a place no one expects. Wall Street. Because in this hidden series, the bullets are stock trades, the assassinations happen with one signature, and the battlefield, it's built on billions of dollars and ruthless ambition. A war more real than any fiction, a game where losing means prison, or worse, irrelevance. So why haven't you heard of it? Because it's hidden behind finance jargon, because it looks like a money show. But trust us, this isn't about numbers, it's about dominance, and the deeper you go, the more dangerous it becomes. Are you ready for the forbidden truth? You wanted MobLand level intensity. You wanted betrayal, obsession, raw power struggles. You wanted secrets whispered through clenched teeth. And now you're gonna get it. Because the real replacement for MobLand, it doesn't come with guns, it comes with strategy. It comes with mind games so sharp they could cut through steel. It's called Billions, and it's not fiction, not completely. Set in the high-stakes world of New York finance, Billions isn't about crime families. It's about financial warfare. It's about men who command armies of lawyers, analysts, and enforcers without ever raising their voices. You think MobLand's Harry Souza was clever? Meet Bobby Axelrod, a billionaire with a street hustler's ruthlessness and a genius IQ. He doesn't just win. He rewrites the rules of winning. Across from him, Chuck Rhodes, a U.S. attorney with zero fear and nothing to lose. A man who knows how to bring giants to their knees and enjoys it. This isn't cops and robbers. This is predator versus predator. Their war spans boardrooms, courtrooms, and bedrooms. There are no bullets, just leaks, whispers, strategic lawsuits, and psychological domination. Sound tame? Then why did dozens of billionaires beg Showtime not to air certain episodes? Why were real financial criminals furious about the characters? Why did multiple hedge fund managers say they know too much? Because Billions doesn't just resemble reality, it exposes it. Every scheme, inspired by real scandals. Enron, Galleon, ESSAC Capital, stuff that nearly crashed the global economy. And here's the wildest part. The show was co-created by a financial journalist who had sources inside the game. Not actors, not writers. Insiders, people who knew the truth. They took it, cleaned it up just enough, and gave it to you. Disguised as entertainment. But make no mistake, Billions is a warning. It's a blueprint. It's forbidden knowledge dressed as drama. MobLand showed you how empires fall when ego meets blood. But Billions, it shows you how empires are built. MobLand's war ended with a funeral. Billions' war ends with a handshake that ruins lives. And just when you think someone has the upper hand, bam! The game flips. One memo leaked to the press. One twist in a federal indictment. One betrayal from an ally you never suspected. Sound familiar? Because that's exactly why MobLand fans are flocking to this show in droves. Same pressure, same mind games. Just no blood. The only difference? The enemy doesn't carry a gun, they carry a briefcase. You already know Damian Lewis from Homeland, but in Billions, he's transformed, smooth, dangerous, magnetic. He plays Bobby Axelrod like he's the devil you wish was your best friend. Opposite him, Paul Giamatti, and if you thought he couldn't get more intense than John Adams or Cinderella Man, you've never seen Chuck Rhoades weaponize shame like a blade, and they're not alone. The cast includes Corey Stoll as the eerily calm tech billionaire with a god complex, Maggie Siff as the performance coach who manipulates billionaires for sport, Asia Kate Dillon as the non-binary genius who hacks financial systems like code-breaking warfare. These aren't side characters, they're players, and they each have their own secrets, some more dangerous than others. Here's the part no one tells you. The show ended in 2023. 7 seasons. Done. You missed it. Or did you? Because now that Billions is complete, it's perfect. No waiting. No cliffhangers. Just you diving into a labyrinth of power games where everyone is hiding something. And if you think the final twist is predictable, But what if I told you Billions was just the beginning? What if the secrets it revealed were only one level of the game? Because the creators of Billions, they're not done. And the next show they've quietly launched might be even more dangerous. It has no name, no official release date, and yet it's already being whispered about in financial circles. Because apparently, they went too far this time, and what they're planning now, you thought Billions was intense. You thought MobLand left you breathless, but what if I told you the creators of Billions didn't stop there? Because after the finale aired in 2023, something strange started happening. Whispers, closed-door meetings, rumors of a new project, but not on Showtime, not on Netflix. Something darker, not a reboot, not a spin-off. Something that feels more like a message, a coded warning. It doesn't have a name yet, not officially. But behind closed doors, it's being called The Collapse. And if Billions was about how power is built, The Collapse is about how it's destroyed. At first glance, it looks like fiction again. A drama about a rogue trader, a disgraced whistleblower, a digital bank with ties to world governments. But listen closely, and you'll realize something terrifying. The characters are carbon copies of real billionaires. Their scandals, too accurate to be guesses. In one episode, a high-level hedge fund engineer leaks an algorithm that manipulates AI trading bots across the market. Sound far-fetched? That exact concept was part of a leaked SEC investigation 2 months ago. Another episode shows politicians laundering funds through decentralized stablecoins. Weeks later, Congress quietly held an emergency meeting, closed to the public. No transcript released. Coincidence? Or is the collapse showing us what's really coming? Brian Koppelman, the creator of Billions, hasn't publicly confirmed the collapse exists, but insiders say he's writing under a pseudonym. Leaked production emails point to an underground pilot filmed without permits. No studio branding, no promotion. Why? Because this isn't about TV anymore. This is about revealing what happens when the people who run the system lose control of it. Not in 10 years, not in some imaginary future. Now. Several financial blogs covering the collapse went offline, posts deleted, accounts suspended, even Reddit mods were warned not to post unconfirmed rumors about a shadow show attacking real-world bankers. And the cast? All unknowns. No IMDb credits, just faces that look too real. Like maybe they're not actors at all. Could this be a dramatized leak? Could this be someone on the inside using fiction to hide real confessions? No one's confirming it, no one's denying it, and that's what makes it so addictive. Because if the collapse is real, and if it's based on truths too dangerous to say out loud, then watching it might be the most illegal thing you ever do on a streaming site. MobLand showed you the blood, Billions showed you the game, the collapse shows you the truth. And if you don't see it now, it might disappear forever. Some say the pilot already leaked. Encrypted torrent files, strange metadata tags, a file name that simply reads, Collapse Final, Versor 416, DRM free. Others say it aired once, at 2:13 a.m. on an obscure streaming channel in Europe, gone in hours. No trace on social. But one viewer posted this comment before their account vanished. This isn't a show, it's a confession, and someone is going to get erased for it. So now, the question is, what's real? What's fiction? And what if the collapse is trying to warn us before the next global breakdown hits? Because if the empires and Billions were built on secrets, and the families in MobLand were destroyed by ambition, then the collapse is the final stage, the moment when power eats itself, the moment when the people at the top finally realize they've lost control. And if you think it's all just a story, then answer this. Too many coincidences, too much silence. The collapse is already happening. The only question left is,